We're just walking back into the popcorn field to grab a couple of ears to test the seed moisture on them, see how close we are to harvest. Okay, I have about 5-6 ears husked here that I'm going to pick and take back to the warehouse and get them tested. Okay, back at the warehouse, and I am using our hand sheller to shell off the popcorn ears. And actually, this is a good demonstration to show you how this thing works. So you just hand crank it, and then usually, if the popcorn kernels are dry, they're gonna pop right off of the cob. And you only have to run this through once, but I can already tell that this is pretty wet. So when you have to run an ear through the sheller 2 or 3 times, it's gonna be too wet. So I'll get the rest of these shelled off. Okay, I have now brought the shelled popcorn over to a scale, and I have a 250 gram sample measured out. And what's gonna happen is we are gonna pour it into this funnel right here. This is our seed moisture tester. It is antique and it works fantastic. So what we do is we are going to, like I said, pour these into the funnel. And what we do now from here is we are going to let the temperature calibrate correctly. So we wait for about a minute to pass and record the temperature, because that is factored into calculating the correct seed moisture. So I will be back. It's been a minute. Our popcorn is at a temperature of 61 degrees. So I hit this button. Popcorn isn't going to fall down into here, into this chamber. And what I do from here is this button, I'm going to switch over to test, and that's going to move this gauge over here. So I've already calibrated this, so it's going to read an accurate reading. Okay, so here we go. We're going to test it, and our dial moved. So what I'm going to do right now is then record where we're at on the dial. So our dial is reading about 95, 96. So what I do from here is I have a chart that helps me determine what our seed moisture level is at. So I'm gonna, on the bold numbers right here, I'm going to find 95, 96. What it is telling me is that our popcorn is at a 19.01% seed moisture. However, I do need to factor in our temperature because there is a correction needed based off of the temperature. So on this right-hand side of the chart, I'm going to find our temperature, which was about 60, 61 degrees. So what it's telling me is that I need to add an additional percentage point to our moisture level. So 19% about, add another percentage point. This is saying that our popcorn is around 20% moisture level, which is great news finally, because we've been waiting to harvest. So we should be able to get in the field here shortly and take off our corn. Okay, I came into my packing room to kind of go over what the next steps are. So now that our popcorn is testing at 20%, that's when we like to harvest it. That's when we're going to start picking it off the ear. But what we do from there is we keep it in bins, open bins, and run fans on it and circulate air in the warehouse so that those popcorn ears are going to dry down even further. The best moisture for popcorn to pop at is between 13.5% and 14%. So anything below 13.5%, it's not going to pop very well. It's going to be pretty stale, dry, brittle, and vice versa. If the popcorn's too wet, it's not going to pop that well either. So we will do the same process before we shell our popcorn. We're going to test it again to make sure that it's at the right moisture level to package. That way it tastes good when you pop it. So as a reminder, we have our retail packages here. And as we've been putting on our Facebook page, we have some really great local partnerships. MST Dry Rub, amazing. We put this on our popcorn and it gives it a different flavor, kicks it up a little bit. And also we use this on a lot of our other recipes. We will use this for seasoning on our burgers, on our chicken, put this in the vegetables, so it's pretty good. So we have that available, and of course we're going to be having our chocolates from Deitch Brothers and Finley. So those are in a couple of our gift boxes. And we also have Whirly Pops available, different poppers. We have some microwavable bowls, our traditional Whirly Pop. We also have an open fire popper, and a shaken pop, which you do over a campfire, which is pretty cool. So lots of items available for Christmas, gift baskets, gift boxes. So check us out. Thanks, guys.